What does it feel like to change? I want you to take a moment to reflect on this. Whenever you undergo a new challenge or accept the long, difficult road in front of you to get to the finish line, how do you know if and when you are actually growing as a person? So, if you followed my page for a while, you'll understand that I have touted the principle of neuroplasticity as both man's saving grace and man's worst enemy. Neuroplasticity is the reason why we prefer to maintain our bad habits, but we always have a choice to grow out of them and embark on a journey of uncovering our limitless potential. So, neuroplasticity gives each of us the power to be the true author of our own stories. So, for those that are trying to change, who are struggling to make progress either on a new habit, a new project, or a new business, how do you know if you're changing or succeeding when there are no results? A lot of coaches and mentors will tell you that the struggle is part of the process, but is this true? You see, neuroplasticity is a process. It's the reason why we have the quote, "It's not about the destination, it's about the journey." That's because the struggle, the journey actually feels like something, and that's what I want to talk about in this video, especially for those who are feeling like giving up because they are not seeing the progress that they like to see. So the process of personal growth has three stages in my opinion: the discomfort stage, the consolidation phase, and the breakthrough phase. It's important to understand that these three phases don't have a timeline. So for one person, it can take 6 months, and another person, it can take years to experience all three phases. So let's spend a minute talking about each and what happens from a brain science and personal experience perspective. I want you to try to identify where you are in the three different phases, especially if you're on a goal or trying to pursue a goal right now. In the discomfort stage, this is when you're just starting out, you're motivated, inspired, or just really curious. However, when you begin, and we all experience this, we all experience similar forms of discomfort. We fail, we make mistakes, the task or the project itself just doesn't have the same glamour as you were anticipating, and this can happen for several reasons. The first one is you're stepping into uncertain territory. Even if this new endeavor is a healthy one in the long term, your brain hates uncertainty. For example, it prefers unhealthy and certain habits over healthy and uncertain right now. The second reason why you'll feel discomfort is that your brain is actually paying extra attention because the entire experience is new. Your mind does this because it wants to be able to extract as much information from the experience as possible, and this hyper-attentive state actually induces some stress. The third one is that failure and mistakes hurt our ego. However, this is something that's expected. Your brain can't be an expert at something overnight. The learning process of mastering something can take months or even years, and that's just something that you need to understand. So most people will give up here because it feels uncomfortable, but little do they know that their brain is actually already in the process of rewiring itself to transform you into the person that you want to be. When your neural connections change, you also change. New experiences actually begin creating weak, but still present connections in the brain in response to your experiences and your learning. And in this phase, it is important for you to make connections or associations with information that you've already acquired, learned, or experienced to speed this learning process up. So learning is created by tying new information to previously acquired older information, and that's how you can speed up learning and getting out of that discomfort phase and getting into the second phase, which is the consolidation phase. To reach here, you have to get past the first one, obviously, but at this point, you've given several attempts over the span of weeks or months. You've stuck with something and you're continuously trying to improve. You will still have some discomfort, but for the most part, it'll be gone. What brings discomfort in this stage is the feeling of just not having the entire picture. You're starting to make associations between concepts and tasks, but there are still gaps that need to be filled in your knowledge, and the gaps in your learning can make you feel frustration, like you feel like you need to give up and just turn back and throw it all away. As a result, you still face obstacles and resistance towards your goals. They're just different. It's not related to discomfort. It will be related to your lack of complete understanding, though. What's happening in the consolidation phase is that your brain is actually in the process of forming not only even more connections between different areas of the brain because of new experiences, it is strengthening and increasing connections between the same areas that were involved in the discomfort stage. So this consolidation feels a little more motivating, and you've probably heard other people refer to this as, I'm starting to get the hang of this, or it's starting to make sense, or this is getting easier. Your mind is cementing these connections in place into your long-term memory so it becomes actually a part of you. If you've ever thought about it, the long-term memories you have, whether of relationships or experiences or achievements, they've all defined you as an individual. When you start consolidating the learning and skills needed to achieve a goal or be successful at whatever it is that you want to do, these experiences become a part of you, and you are starting to really change as a person and are going to experience long-lasting change when you're in the consolidation phase. The last phase, which I call the breakthrough phase, is when you are quick in your willingness, your ability, and your decision making to do something. So at this point, you've learned a skill, you've surmounted a lot of the challenges of a goal, and you are basically full steam ahead. You're going to achieve your goal. Things here, the behavior here feels automatic, and you feel confident in your abilities as a result. You can carry something out flawlessly with the complete and full picture of how to do it. This feeling feels amazing because you have achieved some level of mastery. And this is why practice breeds confidence. More practice and repetition equals stronger neural connections, which equal more understanding and automatic processing of the brain. You also begin to feel more creative in this state, and you become more curious about either how to improve, how to take something to the next level, or you finally understand the full picture. This is why it feels so great. And not only that, this is when people can really just reflect back and see the transformation that they've experienced. So for those that are on a lifelong journey of personal growth, after the breakthrough phase, you'll have to pick or create a new challenge for yourself and go through the process all over again, utilizing the same principles of neuroplasticity and neural rewiring to continue to make self-directed biological changes that will change your personality, they'll change your character, and it ultimately, and what most people want, is to tap deeper into your full potential. So the biggest takeaway is this: when we push through discomfort, when we decide to take one more shot, even when we feel like giving up, you produce slightly more changes in your brain. Even though it's gradual, the more you keep at it, the more these gradual changes build up to create noticeable and appreciable growth and change. The process feels very uncomfortable at times, but biology is wired to link comfort with being unchanging and discomfort with change. What drives the connection process is associations and connections with other memories, experiences, and information that you've already had. And if you are struggling to learn something new or make progress because of mental blocks, try digging deeper to see if you can increase your understanding and abilities by reflecting on how this current challenge resembles a previously conquered challenge. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about neuroplasticity or the personal growth process, please feel free to DM me. I'm pretty responsive. Thank you and have a great day.